Hey guys, welcome back. Rack and Rod Chronicles backcountry fly fishing gear list. So we talked about my standard water, my bigger water rod, still water type setup. So it's a 9-foot 5 weight Heathen from Yampa Rod Company, and I think I've mentioned it in a couple other videos. I'm very used to Euro style nymphing, so I've done a lot of Euro style nymphing with some competition involved as well, and some guys won't take a Euro nymphing rod into the backcountry because it is pretty long. Normally they're 10 to 12 foot rods, smaller weight, but I like having the option, and if it's the right rod, the right weight, length is doable as far as once it's packed down so that you can actually hike with it. It's an option to have because maybe they're not hitting dries, maybe it's a little bit bigger water than you thought it was going to be, and you want to be able to not get into the feeding lane. You have that longer rod, the ability to drop your flies further out and nymph through that section. So Syndicate makes great rods. This is their 11-foot 3 weight. Again, this could be pretty much used just about anywhere, and again, I'm not going to take this one out because it is 11 feet long. You can obviously see that the first section is a little bit longer than what the Yampa was, but this is their Premier Pipeline Pro or P2 rod. Love the color, like a sage green. You have the logo in a kind of green to match. Nice corked handle, wood inlay on the reel seat with the fighting butt. That's a big thing when you're Euro nymphing, is having that fighting butt so that you can get it hooked under your arm. It kind of gives you a little bit more balance, doesn't fatigue your arm out as much. So this guy breaks down 4 pieces, so easily packable. It's not much longer than a standard rod tube, and when you have a nice pack that you can carry this in. The IA6 has plenty of compartments on both sides, for my rods, and you'll see those as we go through. But price wise, again, similar to the backcountry hunting list, the fly fishing list, that's a big thing when it comes to price, just like the weight. We're not trying to be broke and still enjoy ourselves. So both the Yampa rod and the Syndicate rod are a great price for the everyday person. You're not going to spend $1,000 on a rod, especially if you do fish the backcountry a lot. You're dealing with a lot of branches, small streams, walking, you trip, break a rod. That's the last thing you want to do, is be in the backcountry with a $1,000 rod, break it, and then you're stuck until you get back to get it replaced. Syndicate also does make another rod that they actually just released. Super nice rod, but again, this is going to be my nymphing rod, strictly for Euro nymphing. You can use it on still water. It's a little bit harder if you're wade fishing still water. If you're in a boat or a raft, it's a little bit easier to deal with because you can get out more towards the middle of the lake. You're not going to really be able to cast super far with this, especially in a windy condition. That's why we have the Heathen from Yampa. But definitely check out Syndicate. You guys will see all of these in action at some point here on the channel. And for those of you who maybe don't follow Rack and Rod on Facebook, we actually do have a second TV show coming out called Trout Trails. So you'll see all of these in action on the show, along with the rods that Keith selected. So make sure you stay tuned to that. We have a Facebook page for both shows, both Rack and Rod Chronicles and Trout Trails already. And we have an Instagram page for both shows as well. And you'll see it's a bunch of different partners than from what we deal with on Rack and Rod. Rack and Rod is going to become strictly hunting and conventional fishing. all of our fly fishing will be on trout trails. So a big thank you to Hinckley Overlanding, who is our title partner for trout trails, for helping make the show a reality. So we're looking forward to bringing you a bunch of fly fishing action and a bunch of history on the water that we're fishing. So but again, this guy here, super lightweight, very affordable. The Syndicate 11-foot 3-weight P2 Pipeline Pro. So check these out. One thing I will mention, and this is a big thing for me, not that I have bad eyesight, but I hate having to stare down the guides to make sure that they're you know, leveled up. So each section of the Syndicate rod has a lineup dot, so that when you slide it together, you just line the dots up and you'll be ready to go. It'll put all your guides in line with your reel seats. So until the next video, check out Syndicate, check out Yampa. You don't want to miss or pass up getting a rod from these guys. Both great companies, both very different styles of rods. And with Yampa, you have a great selection from everything from small stream, you know, dry fly rods to, you know, the Heathen, which is the one you saw in the last episode for the backcountry gearless. So until next time, we'll talk to you soon.